All right.
Cool. Good to go? All righty. We'll get started if everyone's ready. So, good morning. Well, first, thank you all for being here today and for helping us uplift something that is so important to our community. As we head into spring break, we know that for many of our families, this time could bring added stress because school is where many of our kids receive consistent, reliable meals. And the reality is simple: hunger doesn't take a spring break. That is why this initiative matters. From April 6th through April 10th, we will be providing free lunches in daily snack bags with also activities for our youth in multiple locations across the city, including Green Acres Park, MLK Park in Winburn, Taste Creek Community Center, Coolivin Shelter, Charles Young Center, Douglas Park, and Dunbar Center. This is about meeting kids where they are, right in their neighborhoods, and making sure no child goes without a meal. I want to take a moment and thank our incredible partners that are standing behind me and our sponsors who made this possible. This would not be possible without each and every one of you. This is truly a community effort. Thank you to Kentucky American Water, Kroger, RD Property Group, Spectrum, Traditional Bank, CHI St. Joseph Health, BIA Cares, Lexington Leadership Foundation, and the Lexington Black Prosperity Initiative. We also want to recognize Community Inspired, From Here to There Moving, and LFUCG Council for stepping up and supporting this work. A huge thank you to the city department, staff, and the volunteers who will be out every day making sure this initiative is successful on the ground. And a huge special thank you to Adina Tatum, my legislative aide, for her tireless work on this initiative. I'm truly grateful for everything she's done behind the scenes to make this possible. Because of all of you, we're not just providing meals, we're providing care, we're providing consistency, and we're providing connection for our young people in Lexington. And also, because of you, we have met every goal set. But we have one more ask today. To everyone who sees this, to everyone who may know about this Spring Break Initiative, please spread the word to as many people as possible, to the families, so that the children and the families can be able to have access to these resources that is needed. We need your help to make sure every parent, every caregiver, and every young person knows where they can get a free meal, a free snack bag for the week, but then also have activities and programming throughout the spring break. So at the end of the day, this is what community looks like. Showing up for our kids, removing barriers, and making sure every child has what they need to thrive. Before we close, I want to take a moment to invite our partners, if they so choose, who would like to come up and speak and come forward to share why they supported this initiative and why they felt the call to be a partner with this initiative. And I'll turn it over if anyone wants to speak.
Good morning, Ellen Williams with Kentucky American Water. And while we realize that next week can be a relaxing week for many families in Lexington and Central Kentucky, it can also provide some challenges for other families. So on behalf of Kentucky American Water, we're really excited to support this effort. We've been involved in this for the last few years, and we're proud of Councilmember Morton and all he's doing for District 1 and the communities in Lexington, and we're really happy to be a part of this. And hopefully everyone can make some time if they need this resource to stop by one of the parks next week, and we hopefully that everyone can take advantage of this great opportunity that's been given. Thank you.
All right, good morning. I'm Jessica Sharp with Kroger, and just a couple of notes for us. So we believe that access to fresh and nutritious foods is how communities thrive, and that shouldn't just be a luxury, right? So that belief is what drives our commitment to the communities that we serve every day. And so that's why we're especially proud to stand alongside Councilman Morton, his office, along with the Lexington Fayette Council in support of Hunger Doesn't Take a Spring Break. And at Kroger, we're committed to our Zero Hunger, Zero Waste initiative, and really calls us to support our communities in this way and make sure that students have a meal not only during the school days, but also during spring break. So we're honored to play a small part in that over this initiative and making sure children do not have to worry about that as they enjoy time with their family. So thank you all.
Hi, I'll be very brief. Jordan Parker with Traditional Bank, and we are a community bank based out of Mount Sterling, Kentucky, but have several offices in Lexington. And as a community bank, it's important for us to support the communities in any way we can, and this was a perfect initiative for us. So I just want to thank Councilmember Morton, his staff, particularly Adina Tatum, and the City of Lexington for allowing us to partner on this important initiative. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jason Keller with Spectrum, and I know that Councilmember Morton thanked us as sponsors, but I want to thank him for the work that he's doing along with Adina in establishing this program. And it's important to note that this isn't just in his district. This is a citywide initiative, and this is something that's going to impact children next week and beyond in such a meaningful way. So we're grateful to be part of this important program. And again, thank you, Councilmember Morton, for your incredible work on this.
Hi, I'm Jamie Whitman with RD Property, and I just want to echo what everyone has said and give a huge thank you to Councilmember Morton and the City of Lexington for doing this, and hopefully can continue to expand in the coming years as well. So thank you.
And as I stated earlier, this truly could not take place without the great folks behind me. I mean, thousands of meals going out, thousands of snack bags, programming in our parks, 7 locations. That's exactly what spring break should be. Our kids smiling in the parks, our kids having access to food, having access to programs, and then as they leave the park going home, they have that snack bag to take home to make sure that they have some food to eat at home, and then come back the next day, get a free meal, and then get that snack bag refilled throughout the entire week. And I think that is exactly what community is, serving our folks, serving the people, and investing in our people, specifically investing in our youth. And with that, I just want to thank, like I said, thank you all for all being here, and then thank all of our partners for being here. And if there's any questions, we'll be willing to take any, and I'll be willing to take any.
If you didn't have this program, excuse me, if you didn't have this program, then what?
You know, I think if this program wasn't available, I think that children going without food, children going without meals. There's possibly no activity in the park during that week. So we realized this initiative has been taking place for 3 years, and each year it has grown. The turnout has grown. Once that the information has spread at word of mouth, we've seen that at most of our locations that we maxed out, we prepared for about 100 kids per day at each location, and we've seen at majority of our locations last year it reached that max each day. So it shows the need. It shows that having access to those meals, having access to those snack bags are needed in our community, and that folks and our youth are taking advantage of it. So I think having this program is just another resource for our community, another investment for our community, another asset for our community during the spring break.
Can you talk specifics of what foods?
Indeed, yeah. Yeah, of course. So we have a pretty broad menu. We have both hot foods and then some sandwiches and things. So Monday we'll start off with hot dog meals. So you get hot dogs and some chips. Tuesday we're going into like taco nachos. So you get taco nachos. Wednesdays is pizza. Thursdays is like sandwiches with a side, and then Fridays is a chicken dinner meal. And then like I said, each day they have a snack bag. So it's about 10 to 12 snacks going into that snack bag to get them throughout that evening. Then they'll come back and get that snack bag refilled. So about a total of roughly 3,500 meals and thousands of snacks going into those bags, I would say.
How can the community help support you?
Indeed. So the only support we need right now, thanks to our partners, is to spread the word, to share that information with as many people as possible. The more families that know, the more children that know, mean that they will be able to have that information and have access to the resources available. So our only ask is to spread the word as much as possible, word to mouth. We have flyers that are going through social media. They're out there that you can spread. We've connected. We did pretty much an intentional communication outreach. So we're working with FCPS to make sure that they're sending the information home with the children. We have media here today. That's most important, I think, and I thank y'all for being here. But then also we have yard signs and many different efforts to try to share that communication, because I think that is one of the most important things. We can always have those resources out there, and one step further, we're bringing the resources to the footsteps of the community. But if they don't have access to the information, then they don't know it's there. So spreading the word, sharing the information will be the most important act for right now.
So is the source of the food coming from the partners with Kroger, or is it variety?
It's variety. So we're getting food from small businesses here in Lexington. We actually, our chicken we are getting from Kroger. So Kroger is going to support with that. But just small businesses in different locations here in Lexington, I would say. Anything else? Well, thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You in the pictures?